National News with Sandy Ronaldo.
Good evening. We begin tonight with chilling details of the secret internment of close to 2 million members of China's Muslim minority Uyghurs. The revelations are contained in the China Cables, a leak of highly classified Chinese documents verified by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. They describe how detainees are held in double-locked rooms under 24-hour guard and surveillance and subjected to compulsory indoctrination. It's described as the biggest detention of a religious minority since the Holocaust. CTV's Kevin Gallagher has the details.
The Chinese government insists these imposing structures with guard towers and barbed wire fences in northwest China are nothing more than training centers. But a trove of leaked security documents expose them as prisons, being used for the cultural genocide of Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities.
What these documents now reveal is the extent to which it was deliberate, cold, calculating, sinister state policy.
The documents obtained by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists show Beijing ordering the camps to never allow escapes, increase discipline and punishment of behavioral violations, and to ensure full video surveillance with no blind spots. And the persecution of the Uyghurs goes beyond the prison walls. Throughout the region, they're tracked through facial recognition cameras, tapped phone lines, and bugged smartphone apps.
Basically, the life for Uyghurs in their own ancestral homeland of East Turkestan has become a digital gulag.
Uyghur Canadian Mehmet Toti says his brother, niece, sisters, and 78-year-old mother all disappeared more than 3 years ago.
And they are in the concentration camps. Even I don't know whether they're alive or dead. And if you talk with any Canadian citizen of Uyghur origin, you hear the similar stories.
Researchers estimate as many as 1.8 million Uyghurs have been forced into these detention centers since 2017. Their indoctrination includes being separated from family members, forced to renounce their religion and language, and learn Mandarin. They're monitored at all times, even during bathroom breaks.
That they don't really teach vocational skills because that comes after a long time of brainwashing.
Western media crews have been shown what Beijing wanted them to see. It says the program teaches skills and prevents acts of terrorism, calling the leak fake news. One document also warns staff to never allow abnormal deaths. Human rights groups believe this is proof the detainees face torture. The Canadian government is calling on Beijing to respect human rights, but the documents also show China's invasive surveillance program monitors Uyghurs outside its borders, Sandy, including 5 in Canada.
Kevin, thank you. Now, while China is denying the prison camp report, it can't ignore the message from Hong Kong tonight. Early returns show a landslide victory for pro-democracy candidates who won nearly half the seats in the local elections. And the turnout was truly staggering, a record 71%. In the same election 4 years ago, only 47% turned out. CTV's Paul Workman has more on the resounding results.
Pro-democracy forces wanted this to be a defining moment, to confront Beijing at the ballot box. And it was a stunning rebuke of Hong Kong government policies. There was a massive effort to make these local elections into something much bigger. And the voters came out in record numbers. Joshua Wong, a prominent pro-democracy activist who was disqualified from running.
The election turnout will express our cause on freedom and democracy, and it's time to stop the humanitarian crisis in Hong Kong.
For Hong Kong's chief executive, Carrie Lam, the results are a big rejection. A leader already widely despised after a police crackdown on protesters and mass arrests.
I urge you to come out and cast your vote.
The long wait to vote was seen as an opportunity, not a burden. For the first time, international monitors were invited to witness the results.
I'm here to provide an independent observation of how the election is executed. I do not take side on pro-democracy or pro-government.
A pro-Beijing candidate who was stabbed during the campaign lost his seat, and a pro-democracy activist who was brutally attacked won his. Overall, there is astonishment the government lost so badly. The message to China about democracy couldn't have been more decisive.
The pro-democracy movement is certainly much stronger, and with landslide support, much better equipped now to challenge Beijing. A new power struggle is about to begin here, Sandy.
CTV's Paul Workman in Hong Kong, where it is now Monday morning.